Imagine this. The man who built a billion-dollar empire from rap music, hustling out of Brooklyn's Marcy projects to owning Roc Nation and sitting across from Warren Buffett, is now facing a case that could shake the entire music industry. Jay-Z isn't just a rapper. He's the blueprint for turning art into business, for turning street hustle into boardroom power. But what happens when the king of the empire suddenly has his crown tilted by scandal and lawsuits? And here's the twist, this isn't just about him. What's playing out right now could set the rules for how every superstar from Drake to Rihanna to the next kid blowing up on TikTok does business in the future. The night Jay-Z's empire started to crack might be the same night the music industry had to ask itself, are we protecting artists or are we protecting the system? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why this case feels less like one man's problem and more like a stress test for the entire music world. Let's be real. Jay-Z has always been bigger than music. He's the guy who dropped Reasonable Doubt, called himself a businessman. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman, and actually lived up to it. He co-founded Rockefeller, launched Roc Nation, invested in everything from champagne to tech, and became hip-hop's first billionaire. For decades, he's been untouchable. Every move looked like a win. But here's the catch. The bigger the empire, the more cracks start to show. And now, for the first time in years, we're seeing headlines about Jay not for breaking records, not for breaking barriers, but for being dragged into a legal storm. And this is where the story flips. Because in the music industry, when someone at the top gets hit, the shockwaves don't stop at one name. They ripple out through contracts, deals, young artists, even the way fans look at the people they idolize. The question we're asking today isn't just what's going on with Jay-Z. It's, what does Jay-Z's case mean for the music industry as a whole? Here's the problem, plain and simple. When a legend faces a scandal, it isn't just about reputation, it's about infrastructure. Jay-Z isn't just an artist, he's a boss. He signs people, manages careers, controls catalogs, runs companies. If cracks show in his foundation, everybody standing on it feels the shake. Think about it. One court ruling, one messy headline, one broken deal. And suddenly the entire industry is asking, are artists being protected? Are labels getting too much power? Are managers and moguls crossing lines that shouldn't be crossed? This isn't just a Jay-Z story. It's a case study in how fragile the music business really is when one man can be both the face of the art and the machine that monetizes it. And here's the kicker. History tells us that moments like this, when an empire stumbles, usually mark a turning point. The industry either reforms or repeats the same mistakes. Part 1. The rise that changed everything. Before we even get into the case, you need to understand why this hits so hard. Jay-Z isn't just another rich rapper. He built a model. When he walked away from Def Jam as president, people thought he was done. Instead, he created Roc Nation, a full-service entertainment company. Management, publishing, sports, philanthropy, brand deals. He wasn't playing the game. He rewrote it. Other artists followed. Diddy with Revolt, Drake with OVO, Rihanna with Finny. Everyone wanted to be more than a performer, they wanted to be the brand. And that blueprint traces back to Jay. So when the guy who taught everyone else how to build an empire suddenly has his own in the spotlight for the wrong reasons, it's not just gossip, it feels like the rules of the game might be changing. And here's where it gets tricky. In business, the higher you climb, the more skeletons people expect to find in the closet. Part 2. The legal storm. The case itself isn't just about Jay's music. It's about business practices, contracts, and allegations that cut deep into how power works in entertainment. If a judge or a jury rules against him, it doesn't just hit his pockets. It sets a precedent. Suddenly, every artist's contract could be looked at differently. Every mogul could be scrutinized harder. Labels, managers, and investors could start pulling back. Here's a question. What happens if tomorrow, artists like Beyoncé, Rihanna, or even rising stars under Roc Nation suddenly find their deals questioned because of one ruling tied to Jay? The industry could go into full panic mode. Part 3. The money machine at risk. Let's not forget music is more business than art at this level. Streaming, touring, publishing, brand deals. Every dollar has 10 hands grabbing at it. Jay-Z isn't just making songs. He's operating a pipeline where billions flow. If that pipeline clogs because of lawsuits, scandals, or settlements, it's not just him losing money. It's hundreds of jobs, artists' careers, even the trust between fans and the business. And the irony? Hip-hop has always been about beating the system, about independence. Yet now, one of its biggest heroes might be the reason the system itself gets exposed. Part 4. The Cultural Spotlight. This isn't only a legal story. It's a cultural one. Jay-Z has always been positioned as the guy who outsmarted the game. The hustler who turned legit. The mogul who showed rappers they could sit at the same table as billionaires. If that image cracks, what message does that send to the next generation of artists? It's like watching Superman bleed. Suddenly, everyone realizes the hero is human. And once fans smell blood, the media feasts on it. That's the danger, not just losing money, but losing control of the narrative. Part 5. History repeating itself? We've seen this before. Remember when Suge Knight's empire collapsed? When Diddy's legal troubles rocked Bad Boy? When Michael Jackson's court cases changed how people viewed him forever? Every time, the industry shifted. Some artists lost trust in the system. Some fans walked away. Some investors pulled back. Now the question is, does Jay's case mark the beginning of another shift? Here's the turning point. Jay-Z's case isn't really about him. It's about the system he helped build. If he loses, it proves that no matter how high you climb, the machine still owns you. If he wins, it proves that moguls can protect their empires even against the harshest storms. Either way, the ripple effect is massive. Artists might demand new contracts. Labels might rewrite rules. Fans might start questioning where the money really goes. This is bigger than headlines. It's a stress test for the music industry, and the results could redefine the balance of power between artists, labels, and the moguls in the middle. So what does Jay-Z's case mean for the music industry? It means the illusion of stability is gone. The empire we all thought was untouchable suddenly looks human, vulnerable. And in that vulnerability, we see the truth. Music isn't just about beats and bars. It's about power, money, and who controls the culture. Jay-Z's rise proved that an artist could become the system. His case is proving that even the system has weak spots. And whether he comes out on top or takes a loss, one thing's certain. The industry won't be the same after this. Subscribe for more deep dives into Hollywood and music's biggest turning points.